Are we finally seeing the shift in Southwest Florida buyers have been waiting for? July's numbers are in, and Southwest Florida market is officially correcting, but it's not crashing. Let's break down what this means if you're planning to buy or sell in paradise. My name is Kim Feltis, your trusted Southwest Florida real estate advisor. I specialize in helping buyers and sellers navigate this ever-changing market, from Naples to Sanibel, Fort Myers to Estero. If you're thinking of relocating or upgrading, download my free Southwest Florida home buyers guide in the description below, and don't forget to subscribe for expert market insight every month. Okay, so let's start with the big picture here. So I pulled up a chart for Bonita Springs, Estero, Naples, Fort Myers, and Cape Coral. And what we're going to start with down here, move this out of the road a little bit, is the median sales price for each of these cities. And I did this over a 3-year period of time so that you can see, 2022 was about the height of our market. So you can see here that you have Bonita Springs is down year over year 19.3%. Their median sales price is $565. Naples is $715 and it's down 7. Fort Myers is $410 and it's down 10.9, and Cape Coral is at $364.2 and it's down 6.4%. Now you can see Bonita dropped off drastically here in the last month. It went from 700 to 565 in a 1 month period. And that could just be due to slow sales. It could be a lot of different things. So unless you see 2 or 3 months where it continues to fall like that, it could just be an anomaly for all I know. So let's take a look at total number of homes for sale, because everybody's talking about how our inventory is completely crazy right now. And you can see back in February is where our inventory peaked, February and March right there. So all 4 cities are dropping, which is good. So we don't have all that bloated inventory out there. But the good news is we still have a lot more inventory than we used to have back in 2022, because if you remember, when we had the low amount of homes, that's when prices were growing the fastest, just because of supply and demand. So as you can see, year over year, Bonita's up 16.6, Naples is up 4.5, Fort Myers is up 12.5, and Cape Coral is only up 2.8%. Let's take a look at pending sales. So most of these are up month over month, and they're actually up year over year. So pending sales, you can see Bonita Springs is up quite a bit as far as year over year pending sales. Naples is up 36, Fort Myers is up 5, and Cape Coral is up 4.5. So when you look at these years, you can see there's a trough that drops down. This is in our slowest part of the year, and then February, March, and April is our season. So then you go back here, you're in October, November, December again, you're in the trough, and then spring season, you're back up to the top again. And then same thing back in 2024, and then in March. So this is pretty much cyclical. It's not that the market is falling. If we look at days on market, Cape Coral is at 57, Fort Myers 54, Naples 77, and Bonita is 86. And just so you're aware, I did this on single family homes, not all property types. I primarily deal with single family homes, so I figured this would be the easiest one to show. So when we're looking at closed homes year over year, Bonita Springs is up 10, Naples is up 16, Fort Myers is down 5, and Cape Coral is down 10. So as you can see, again, we have the same cyclical up and down every season and every slow season. So October, November, December is always the slow season, and then it peaks and then it comes back down slowly. As far as month supply goes, we are between 5.8 in Bonita, 7.4 in Naples, 6.1 and 6.9 in Cape Coral. So when you put all of this together, and as you can see, our month supply has grown from around 1 month or less back in 2022, because back then things were going so fast, sometimes you couldn't even get in to see the property before it was already sold, or under contract at least. Usually when you're over 6 months, you're in a buyer's market, and as you can see, we're just around there, right at the beginning of a buyer's market. So we're not in a strong buyer's market, or back here we were in a very strong seller's market, of course, at 1 month, but just a couple of months ago we were at 8.6 and 11 and 8.6 and 8.6. So from March till now, we've come down in month supply considerably. Okay, so for my interpretation of what this means for you guys is there's slightly more inventory year over year, but less inventory month to month. So there is a slight correction. You have a few different things that are looking at slowing down our buyers right now, which would be interest rates, as well as with the tariffs and everything. A lot of the Canadian buyers that we typically see down here have stopped coming down just until they figure out what's going on in the market. So, with those two things, the buyers are a little bit on the fence. They don't know for sure what's going on. So they're just wanting to see what happens. And my guess is when you look at this as far as inventory itself, days on market, and the median sale price, when you factor in lower interest rates, I believe you're going to see prices start to go back up again a little bit. It may be a few months before that happens because, of course, the Fed has yet to show their hand when they want to start raising interest rates. So as soon as they start doing that, I think we'll start to see more buyers hit the market, and that's going to flatten out the lowering of prices, and we're going to start seeing either a level off or an increase in pricing. And sellers are negotiating more now than they have been before. So if we look at last list to sale price, this is the indicator that I look at as far as whether the home is priced right or not. And when you look at Bonita Springs at 95.9, 94, 95, and 97 for Cape Coral, all of these are showing it's trending downward for the most part, which in my opinion, that means that when homes go on the market, they are still thinking that their house is priced where it should be when it's priced above the market. And the longer you play catch up with the market, as the market's going down slowly, you're not going to hit the market, so you're going to keep reducing the price on your home. So 32% of the homes in Florida statewide have saw price drops in June alone. So there are, let me jump over here to the matrix real quick. Okay, so when you look at this little market watch thing here, you can see in the past 7 days, where'd my cursor go? You have 781 new listings, 653 sold, terminated, expired, back on the market, 649 pending. So we actually have more solds than pending now, which is good. And price increases, this is kind of a little crazy. It might have been just an error in input, but 88 price increases in the last 7 days and 1,228 price decreases in the last 7 days. So there is a lot of price decreases, but that is more because when the homes are put on the market, the price that they are listing it at is not where the market's at currently. So what should we expect through the end of the year? Well, in my opinion, if inventory keeps declining slightly, not a lot, but slightly, we should see a stabilization in the market. Prices are probably going to drop a little bit more before we hit the very rock bottom. And then if interest rates start to decrease a little bit with the Fed doing their thing and hopefully getting some interest in mortgage-backed securities and things like that to push the rates down, we should be looking at a little bit more of an improved price by the end of the year as far as rates go. With those rates, I think we're going to see more buyers coming into the area as well. So I hope that those two combinations will help us on that side. Now, some of the challenges that we still have, we could have a couple of hurricanes this year, which could impact our market as well. I doubt that we're going to have any hurricanes because historically, we only have one major hurricane every 15 years and a brush every 2 to 3 years, and we've had brushes and major hurricane recently. So with any luck, we should have no problems with that. But we also have insurance costs remain a little bit high. I do know that they're redoing some zones and things like that as far as flood insurance goes, so we may see some stabilization in insurance costs. So in my opinion, for end users and relocation buyers, this could be the smartest time to buy in years. The next 3 to 6 months could define your real estate experience in Southwest Florida, whether you win or we wait. Download my luxury home buyer's guide below in the description, and if you're thinking about buying or selling, let's schedule a confidential strategy session. My name's Kim Feltis, and I'll see you in the next update. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so that you can get the latest videos on what's going on in Southwest Florida real estate.